Good morning, my friends. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad today. Today marks the 4th month, at least for Terry and I, of that day when we found out that we had to stay inside. We had to be more careful. We had to be able to fight this disease. But actually, God has been so faithful every day. And I am thankful that He didn't tell us at that time that it's going to be 4 months or more. Because there are days where I am like David, where he says, "How long, O Lord, how long?" is one of the Psalms. And this morning, I am back in chapter 11 of Hebrews, because it is such an important issue here. Because 11 verse 6 says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. And because we want to please Him, because we want to come to God by faith, it says we have to come by faith, believe He is, that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So this morning, I want to repeat it again. What is faith? Chapter 11, verse 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. There is something, a substance, and it's called faith. Because of faith, whatever you're hoping for, there is a substance of things not seen. It is the evidence. Even though you don't see it, we know God is. We know He is a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. So we come to Him by faith. And in this chapter, there's one verse, and it's mentioned about Joseph. By faith, Joseph. When I read that, I went to Genesis, because in Genesis, 13 chapters are written about Joseph. And it's very interesting because his life, we hear about him at 17 years old. And then at 30 years old, he is the second to the king of Egypt. And this life that he led from 17 to 30 was 13 years. And except for one chapter, it starts in 37 and goes to chapter 50 in Genesis, is about Joseph, except for 38. But it starts with him. He has 11 brothers. 10 of them hate him. And so except one, Benjamin, the younger brother, does not hate him, but the others hate him because the father loves him more. The father gives him a coat of many colors, like expressing the father's love to all the brothers. And so he's hated. They take him, they throw him in a pit one day. Then they take him from there, they sell him to foreigners, and he's taken to a land of Egypt, it is a foreign land for him, foreign language, everything. But the secret of his life, we read 3 times in chapter 39, verse 2, it says, and the Lord was with Joseph. Verse 21, but the Lord was with Joseph. And verse 23, because the Lord was with Joseph. How did he survive 13 years? The Lord was with Joseph. And he's thrown into a different country. Now he's in a house and he's lied against. They throw him in jail for 2 years more. He's forgotten in jail. No one remembers Joseph, but the Lord was with Joseph. And I believe Joseph was calling out to the Lord every situation he was in, because it says the Lord was with him. And he was very, very prosperous everywhere he went. Yes, because even in the jail, they made him the director over to take care of the servants of Pharaoh in jail. And then somehow Pharaoh has a dream. God's plans are so amazing. They remember Joseph in jail, bring him out. And Pharaoh himself, in chapter 41, 38, when Joseph tells the dream, Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such a one as this man, in whom the Spirit of God is? Even Pharaoh saw that in Joseph's life, because God was with Joseph. So you and I need to remember, Jesus promised He will be with us to the end of the earth, to the end of time. Wherever we are, He is with us, because it says in John 3:16, For God so loved you and I. He gave his son for us. And then in also John 5:24, Jesus himself, he said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that heareth my word and believes on him that sent me, faith comes that we believe in God the Father that sent Jesus for us, will have everlasting life and shall not come into condemnation. Jesus says no more condemnation for you and I once we come by faith to him. And he has promised us in Matthew 28:20, I will be with you. So today we need to remember that in this day, whatever day it is, whatever situation you find yourself in, the Lord is with you today. Be blessed today.